Why would I not want to sell branded merchandise through a print on demand platform? And what is a better way? Stick with me and I will tell you all. Let's just dump this lot first. Let's look at what I mean by a print on demand platform, first of all. So we've got things like Redbubble, Amazon Merch on Demand, Spring, TeePublic, Society 6, and they are all fantastic. Don't get me wrong. My business, Branded and Covered, is showing people how to use platforms such as this to do print on demand and create products. But also, I show people how to do it using their own website, creating a website, an e-commerce store. And why would that be a better option for promotional products, things that sell your business, things that share your business, things that get people talking about your business? So platforms are things like Redbubble, Society 6, Amazon Merch on Demand, Spreadshirt, TeePublic, Spring. There are a lot of them out there and they're popping up all the time. They are fantastic. They are, for the most part, free. You do get the odd one or two that did start charging when the C word was happening. But apart from that, it's free and you put your design on and it goes across all these products. Ping, 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 ping. It's exciting. It's wonderful. Why is it not suitable for promotional products such as these? Well, think about the audience that goes to these big marketplaces. They're going specifically to Amazon or to Redbubble or even to Etsy or eBay to find something in a particular niche. Maybe they've got a gift in mind. So, for example, I've got a really good friend, Kate. Kate loves cats. She has a black cat. She adores her black cat and she likes really, really good coffee. So the ideal present for me to get her is a coffee mug with a black cat on it. Or even better, one that says something like, I love my black cat and my matcha, or that's tea, isn't it? I love my black cat and my such and such coffee beans. Might need to do a bit of research here. I don't drink coffee quite clearly. So when I'm looking for that, I can put that in the search bar on one of these platforms and it's going to bring me up all these ideal suggestions. It will be a sea of thumbnails, a sea of fantastic designs, all of which would be perfect for Kate. Are they likely, is anybody likely to go onto the search engine of a print on demand platform or any marketplace, Amazon, Etsy, and put branded and covered water bottle? I think not. That is not going to happen. And yes, admittedly, I could, of course, at the end of all my videos, say, you could go on this link to get your lovely branded and covered water bottle, or fancy a mug like mine? Come and buy it from this link. Of course, I can lead straight to there, but there is even a downside with that, in that the platforms will still try and promote other people's products as well because it's in their interest. They want a sale. They don't care if it's a sale from you or it's a sale from Joe Blogs, another creator, as long as the sales come in. Great for them, not so great for you. So, what is the alternative? Well, the alternative is to have your own e-com store. Yeah. Well, I hear you say, Joe, that means that I'm going to have hosting fees. That means I'm going to have to pay, for example, if it's Shopify, $29 a month. And what if, especially at first, I'm not making any sales to cover that cost? I'm going to be running at a loss. Yeah, you're right, you are. Now, obviously, people like me that tell you how to do print on demand and how to sell with print on demand, our whole reason to be, raison d'etre, is to get you making more than $29 a month. Admittedly, that is the idea, obviously. But what if you didn't have to have that risk? And what if you could have a website that didn't have any hosting fees? Before I get into that, though, there is also another area where things like the platforms work really well. And that is if you are an artist or a photographer or something like that, and you want to get your artwork out there in a fairly low risk, really low risk way. It's really good for that because you've got the backing of the platforms, you've got the support of the platforms. If you put an image out there and then somebody takes that image and then sticks it on their own stuff, you can report them, theirs will get taken down. You have all that backup. All the customer service is included with platforms too. And this it has a upside and a downside. So the upside is you haven't got the hassle. Now, obviously, this is different with marketplaces such as Etsy and things like that, where you do have the customer liaison. But with your full-on print-on-demand platforms, Redbubble, etc., Amazon, Merch on Demand, Spreadshirt, Society 6, all of those, everything goes to them. They deal with it. If there's a problem with the product, they send a new one out. It's not your issue. It's not your problem. You don't have to worry about it. Customer care is their thing. Great. That's really lovely. When it's your own website, things are a little different. When it's your own website, the buck stops with you. It's you that people will contact. It's you that people will come back to and say, I didn't receive that in time, or I chose this one, but I wanted it in blue. And these decisions as to whether you do a refund or an exchange and things like that are down to you. There is, however, I mean, I know that sounds really negative, but there is an upside too. It means that you get their details. It means that you can then put them on an emailing list. Obviously, comply with GDPR, please. But it means that you are in control. You can nurture those customers. You can send them out a Christmas offer and things like that. You can build up relationships with them. So, yeah, you see how it swings and roundabouts. Another issue that I have come across when I've been showing people how to put their own merchandise out there using platforms is that quite a lot of us as business owners have our own logo, we have our own slogan, and we might want to trademark that. And with the platforms, they have bots. They have a whole thing set up to pick out trademarks because they're worried that you're going to be using trademarked images. So what they do is they have their little feelers out there which can tell if it's a trademarked image. But what they can't do is differentiate between a trademark that you own and a trademark that somebody you might be ripping off owns. Can you see the problem? So what they do is they block any trademark that they find. And it causes you a big issue. You could probably lose your account with them. At least the very bare minimum, you would not be able to publish that design. And if you've already got 500, 1,000, 10,000 designs on Redbubble, you're not going to want to lose your account because you've put on something that's trademarked, even if that trademark belongs to you. I've been there. I've been there with this, putting client stuff on for them. And then afterwards they've said, that's trademarked. And I'm like, oh, no wonder it caused the issue. So don't do it. But with your own website, you've got more freedom. With your own website, as I say, the buck stops with you. Now, this does mean that you must be more careful. This does mean there is no safety net. So if you accidentally put something on that's actually Disney or something naughty like that, don't do it. And watch my video all about trademarks and copyright if you need more help with that. I'll link to it up. I'll link to it up there. So let's have a look at having your own e-commerce store, but let's look at a way to do it without having those hosting fees. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, full disclosure here. This is a company I'm involved with, and I have a £29 course. I'll put it down in the description below, which tells you how to set up. It gives you everything you need, but there are no further fees ever. Amazing. So that means that you can do the course, learn how to do it, got that knowledge, you can set up as many stores as you like. You can have one for your branded merchandise that is there for you to promote your business, your YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. But then you could also have a site selling sweatshirts to coffee drinking cat lovers or whatever, because there is no reason not to. It's free. All you've got to do is put the work in, and once the work is there, once the products are uploaded, It's just a case of telling people about it, isn't it? And yes, of course, that is a downside to having your own e-commerce store. On the marketplaces, people are already going there. People are already seeing and finding your stuff. With your own e-commerce store, you have to drive the traffic there. Yeah, there is still a good side with this, that you're driving them to your stuff. You're not driving them to everybody else's. Great. But you still have to do it. And of course, there are ways to do that. There's email campaigns, influencer marketing. Why not? Send one of your products to somebody relevant, somebody suitable on Instagram or whatever, and let them unbox it. Why not do your own unboxing videos? What about Facebook ads? Or if it's Amazon Merchant on Demand, Amazon ads? Why not? So with Pod 123, we have a video course, as I say, it's £29, but also we do online workshops, and every now and again we do a live in-person workshop too. So we do 4 workshops where you're getting absolute live immediate help in getting set up on everything. There's also anybody who does either a workshop or the video course gets the full backup of a private Facebook group where they can go in and ask questions and we can help them directly too. So I am not knocking at all Shopify, Launchcart, or any of the other companies that run websites that you can integrate with print on demand. In fact, I champion print on demand completely. Where Pod 123 is particularly good is if you're selling to the UK, Northern Ireland, and Southern Ireland. It's particularly good for that because the fulfillment centre where everything is printed, the print facility is based in Belfast in Northern Ireland, which makes it super suitable, easy to say, super suitable for the whole of the UK, but also for Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, and beyond. So any of these website providers, having your own e-commerce store providers, are going to give you more security and more control. And by that, I mean, think, if you will, that you might be selling products happily through one of these platforms, and then suddenly that platform decides not to do that product anymore. They take off travel mugs, or perhaps you run a company that does showers. You do showers, and you've got a great line, little side hustle sideline of shower curtains. It's a brilliant way to complement your business and to start showing what you can do, but also you can have the income from the print on demand sales. So you decide to start putting images on Redbubble. Brilliant. You could maybe have like a psycho one or something like that. Fantastic. They're selling well, that's great. And then suddenly Redbubble pull the plug. They decide that not that many shower curtains get sold every year, so they're not going to do shower curtains anymore. Suddenly your whole side hustle, that whole element of your business has dissolved, it's evaporated, and you're stuck. With your own website, you've got so much more control. I also really want you to think about who is going to be buying branded merchandise from you. Who are your potential customers? Are they people who are going to go onto Etsy or eBay or Redbubble or Amazon and put in branded and covered mug? They are not, are they? Yes, as I say, you can send a link directly, but nobody is going to just pop this in a search engine. Why would they? It might be that you have a strapline or a slogan that actually works quite well generally. And those, yes, those might have more of a chance. But if you've got your whole website that's completely dedicated to everything being on brand, then you have a destination to send your customers to. You will link to it everywhere because you want to send people there so that they can support you. They will be getting there and they will be deciding from just your products. There won't be any interference, any complications, any, oh, losing them to other people's products. They're your captive audience because they're on your site. Maybe you want to reward fans. Maybe you want to do a giveaway. Maybe you want to do a competition. Maybe you want to build up a following. You will be able to do all this with your own website in a way that just isn't likely to happen on an open marketplace. The other great thing you can do, obviously, to promote your merchandise, wear it. Wear it when you're filming your content. Wear it when you're doing your photos. Become your ambassador. And remember, you're sending them to your site that you're making the sales from. So always, always, always have a call to action. Always, always, always link to your store. And if you're talking about a specific product, put the link to that product too. Because people have a short attention span. People might click onto your whole store and go, oh, I've got to find it. Can't be bothered. Do it later. They never do it. They never come back. They forget. So if they can go directly to what it is you're talking about in that video or in that photo, that post, they are much, much more likely to buy it. So I'm going to cover promotion in a whole collection of further videos. It's such a big subject. I'm not going to include it in here, but we have email campaigns, we have Facebook ads, we have Amazon ads, we've got influencer marketing, and of course, there is the whole social media campaign as well. All of these things that you can do to get eyes on your products and send people to your site. And of course, everything gets Google listed. So if somebody says, oh, where did you get that from? They can always Google it. But of course, we're back in search engine territory there. And of course, as your brand grows, as you start to get a presence, you might decide it's prudent for me to trademark some of my images, trademark my logo, trademark my slogans. And if you do, and you're on a platform, suddenly you're going to get into trouble because suddenly those bots are going to find that trademark. On your own website, that won't be a problem. You're in control of this ship. It's you at the helm. You know that those trademarks are safe because you know you've bought them. Perfect. No one's going to have an issue with that. Your site, your rules. So all things considered, if you're looking to sell merchandise, and I really, really recommend it, if you're looking to sell merchandise to promote your business, your channel, your cause, it can be a charitable cause, whatever you are looking to promote, print on demand is a brilliant way to do it because there's no outlay, there's no paying out for products, there's no buying in 500 printed mugs and worry that you might not be able to sell them. It's perfect for branded merch. And also think about things like we've just had the new year. So think about 2025. Welcome to 2025 from Branded and Covered. 2025, the time to start your print on demand empire. What if I had bought a whole load of mugs with that on? And then we get to March and I've still got 300 of them or 20 of them even. What a waste of money. You don't have that with print on demand. That's why it's so brilliant for businesses. But even though print on demand as a whole is brilliant for businesses, be strategic. Have your own store. Don't expect people to find your products on a huge marketplace, a huge platform. It's just unlikely to happen, isn't it?